Good morning, everyone. This is our third online session, which is related to learning activity number 2. We're going to wait for 2 minutes to see if somebody else logs in, and then we will continue. Okay, let's continue. For today, we're going to work on learning activity number 2. So I'm going to share some screenshots of information that you will need to know for this activity. Here we go. When you go to your platform, you click on Activity 2, and then it will show you the information related to learning activity number 2. There are 2 important documents you need to read. The number 1 is this, the learning activity guide, this one, and the material. You won't believe what I've heard. So this is number 1, and this is number 2. You click here, and you download the document for the learning guide. So let's have a look at this document. Alright, there you go. This is document learning guide. Mi aprendizaje número 2. There is a very brief introduction of what you have to do. Is to narrate anecdotes using the basic structure and the vocabulary according to the Common European Framework. This is the outcome that we expect from you, to narrate anecdotes. And the competence is interacting with others using the grammar and the vocabulary. Then, in point number 3, you have the learning activity. So it says, go to the learning materials, read the material, that is the document number 2, this is document number 2. You won't believe what I've heard. Read the document in both versions, and also read the support materials. This is extra material for you to study. Very important, you need to study a little more on the internet or any other media to reinforce the activity. All the activities are presented and submitted in English. And in case you have any questions, you can contact me via the questions and concerns bar. Alright? Good. So then we have the list of the evidences and the description for each one. The first evidence is pet peeve. You will have to make a video describing 3 situations that make you angry. And then you will have to comment on 2 of the videos made by your partners. These are the instructions for you to upload the video. Some students have had problems uploading the video. Maybe this information will be helpful for you. So that is the first evidence. This is evidence 1. Then okay, let's continue. This is the second evidence. Okay, the evidence is an interactive activity. What happened to me? Okay. In this activity, you will click on the title, What Happened to Me, and do the interactive activity with the instructions. So this is interactive. You will have the instructions as you develop the exercises. So this is number 2. Then we have number 3, the happiness advantage. For this activity, you will have to share an anecdote using the concepts of happiness and success. For this activity, you have to read this document and you will do the activities with these instructions. Okay? So this is number 3. And then we have evidence number 4. Here, number 4. This is number 4. In this case, you will have to go to this link, follow the instructions to make a timeline. This is a little complicated for some students, so I really suggest you guys read the instructions in detail and you will do the activities with no problems. Okay? Okay, so these are the instructions, and very important, when you're going to send the evidence, probably you're going to find this information like error or not valid. It's because you have to close your file and then you will be able to send it. And number 5 is this one. That is the online session that we are having right now. After this, we have a very short chart with the list of evidences. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 evidences. This is the evaluation criteria. And this is the instrument for evaluation. Okay. Number 4 is the vocabulary that you will have to study for this unit. This is a very long list, so I strongly recommend you to take your time and read it in detail. Okay. So that is document number 1. This one, number 1. Let's go to number 2. We're going to check this, the downloadable version. We have 2 versions. This is one version, this is the other version. We're going to check the downloadable version. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is it. So we have, this is the name of the unit. You won't believe what I've heard. We have some introductory material, and this is the list that we're going to study. We're going to study the past perfect with the simple past. We're going to study some adverbs and time expressions, some vocabulary about feelings and emotions, and anecdotes and stories. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go to number 1. In number 1, you see here the past perfect and the simple past. We use the past perfect to chronologically organize 2 activities that took place in the past. The activity that took place first should be in the past perfect tense. And we have some examples. When I got home, my husband has cleaned the house. There are 2 activities. I got home and my husband cleaned the house. What is the first activity chronologically? My husband cleaned the house. What is the second activity? I got home. This is 1 and this is 2. But you see that this is organized differently. Number 2 is here and number 1 is here. So when you're narrating, you can change the order of the narration, but the sequence is going to be only 1. And then you have more examples and informations. Okay. Then we have the grammar structure for the past perfect tense. In affirmative form, we have to use the modal auxiliary verb had. In negative form, hadn't. In general questions, I changed the position of had, and in WH questions, we always use had. Then we will have a couple of more examples. You see examples, and you see that in these examples we use the vocabulary when or after. We can use the vocabulary when, after, already, just, as soon as, until, and by the time. And we have examples with already, as soon as, until, and by the time. And the meaning of each of them. So, the meaning for already is prior to or before and specific or implied past. The meaning for as soon as, just, is very recently. For as soon as is immediately. For until is up to the time something else happens, and by the time meaning it is used that one event occurs before another. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 different expressions, and 1 and 2 connectors. This is the vocabulary that you're going to use. Okay, and then we have some extra information on how to use this vocabulary. Then we go to number 3, that is the vocabulary about feelings and emotions. We have the vocabulary in English in this section, and then the vocabulary in the Spanish in this section. Okay. And also we have some vocabulary to narrate anecdotes. That is here. This is set here. Here you go. Words and phrases for telling anecdotes. To generate interest, to put an event in sequence, to address the audience directly, and to end in anecdote. Alright, so that is the vocabulary. And then we have the structure to narrate anecdotes. So this is structure. Structure for anecdotes. Here it says anecdotes, like sentences, have their own special grammar or order. Look at the chart below to learn about the stages of an anecdote. You will see that the words and phrases above correspond to different moments of the anecdote. So we have a title, we have an introduction. In the introduction you get the audience interest, and you explain the situation in the background. Then you start with the beginning, you tell how the story started, some events, you tell the most important event, and tell about a problem. And tell about a problem. 1 second. Tell about a problem. Here we go. So the event, then we end with some comments on the outcome of the story and explain how the problem was resolved. Finally, there is a morale or a lesson in which you mention what you learned out of these anecdotes. And then you will have an example. Here is the example. So, in the example, you have the title, an introduction, the beginning, the events, the end, and the morale or lesson. So this is the structure of anecdotes. And then you will have some extra exercises and examples for you to continue. Alright? So this is what you have to read to do this activity. Now, when we go back to our platform, you're going to see the 4 evidences. 4 evidences and the organization here. So this is number 1, activity. Number 2, interactive activity. Number 3, the happiness advantage. And number 4, 1 second. So this is number 3, and this is number 4. Alright. So those are the 4 evidences and the online session that we are currently having. Okay. In each of these evidences, you will have the instructions. So please read carefully the instructions so that you will have no problems when doing and submitting your evidence. Now I'm going to share with you a few websites for you to do exercises related to this topic. Hold a second. There you go. So you go to your search engine, in that case Google, and you type past perfect exercises. You're going to find different links. You can go to PDF documents or pictures or multiple choice questions, etc. For today, we're going to check the first. I usually suggest the first 5 or 10 websites. Let's go to Perfect English. The first website, this one. Perfect English Grammar. We find the past perfect tense. It says click here to review how to make the exercises. Go back to the grammar exercise page or click here to download this PDF with answers. So this is your information, and then we have an exercise. In this exercise, you have these objects, and this is the document. Okay, so this is one possibility. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is one possibility for you to check. Let's go to this one, the English page. So you have, you have the general information, like examples of the past perfect, more examples on the communicative function, other possible uses of the past perfect, other possibilities for past perfect, vocabulary, adverbs, in active and passive voice. This is very complete. And then we have the exercise. Let's go to exercise 11. We're going to complete here with the verb in past simple or in past perfect. And we check. In this case, the first is okay, is correct, but the second is incorrect. So the website allows you to make corrections. And you will have more exercise. Okay. So I'm going to leave you here these websites for you to. Oh, sorry. For you to have a look at them and check the first 5 or 10 websites for you to do extra exercise. Okay, thank you so much for attending this online session. Remember, you can contact me via the questions and concern forum, or you can use the WhatsApp line, or you can also use the internal messaging via the Blackboard platform. Thank you for attending today's session. Have a good day.